Very, very busy and important lady here. We've got Andréa Thornton, who is the founder of prolificpr.co, and she is going to help us learn a little bit about PR and funnels and how those things fit together and all of the misunderstandings that we have about what the heck PR is. So I'm very glad to have you here, Andréa. Welcome.
Well, thank you for having me. I'm excited to be here with everybody.
Could you tell us a little bit about your background and how you got started doing what you're doing now?
Oh my goodness, yes. So I started my career working for public relations agencies nearly 2 decades ago. I worked with some really great brands, like iconic brands that you would know, CoverGirl, Procter Gamble, so just a lot of really fun brands. And so I always worked in consumer business to business. Just really learned a lot about the industries we working with brands. And I think it was 2017. I was laid off from my corporate job, and I said, you know what? I'm going to open up my own agency so that I can teach entrepreneurs, B2B service providers all the tips and tools that these iconic brands need. So that's kind of my story. Now that's what I do.
What were you doing for those brands like Procter & Gamble, for example? Are you like scheduling them to go on to TV appearances?
Yeah, well, the thing about it is a lot of people think about PR as being just installations, red carpet events, but it's so much more nowadays than even back then. So as we expand our view of what PR is, it's really about storytelling and creating credibility and trust with audiences that matter to you, your business, whatever you're doing. And so when I worked with Procter & Gamble, for instance, they wanted, it's a really funny story, but tampons is what we were working with. Right? So they came to us and they said, you know what? Tampons at the time, they had a lower percentage of African American and Latino women that were buying their products. And so they wanted to get this market share. So we had to build trust among the African American females and Latino market share. And that was just about information about what using tampons. I'm dating myself, but that was the thing back then. So we created a Tampex Total Youth Tour. And it was traveled to all these different college locations. And we had basically a festival with interview coaching, gave out free samples, and it was hosted by Tampex. So it was just like an introduction to the brand and creating that trust and telling the story about who the company was. And that created more exposure to the audience and led to more sales. So that's kind of
that is really cool. Yeah. It's something that we have to think bigger and long term with PR because it's not necessarily like instant sales, but it's
right. Yeah.
That they like and trust, getting seen in the marketplace.
Yes.
So what are some ways that PR is different from marketing?
Yeah, one of the key differences is that PR is still building the exposure, the know, like, trust, just like marketing. But marketing is more focused on you selling yourself, your attributes. And I kind of liken it to like if you were dating, right? So let's say you get on one of these platforms where it's a dating app and someone listed all the perfect things about themselves and how good they are, what a great communicator they are. These are all the benefits, dating. That's more marketing. Whereas PR tends to have a third-party endorsement. So my best friend comes to me and she's like, this guy works with you. Great for you. He's a great communicator and lists all the benefits why I would want to be this person. That's more PR in a sense because it's a third-party endorsement. Media's endorsement.
Third-party endorsement. Oh, that's a really good. Yeah. That's a way to explain it. That like really clicks and makes sense. That
yeah.
what you're saying,
1-2 way to explain it.
It's what other people are saying about you, not what you're claiming about yourself. So it carries a lot more weight that way.
Yes.
Are there some big differences that you've found in working with solopreneurs and entrepreneurs versus a big company?
Yeah, actually, well, everybody uses the same basic principles of instituting like trust and exposure to what they're all about. I would just say it all really boils down to the audience, right? Like maybe an entrepreneur has more of a niche audience, maybe a smaller audience, and maybe very specific for an iconic brand. They have already built up a lot of awareness to their brand, so they can do some other things. But I would say that entrepreneurs, you're getting started and you're really wanting to open the doors and going from unknown to known, right? Figuring that.
Yeah. Okay, so we have a funnel. We've got our lead magnet. We've got our website. How is PR going to help us bring people to that funnel?
Yes, so I feel like people coming to your funnel is all about exposure, right? And awareness. So you're going from the unknown to the known. And we got a couple of keys that we need to turn to unlock the door so that people walk into your funnel, right? So they need to first know who you are, and then they need to know that you're relevant. And then they get to trust you. And that trust comes from maybe a thought leader, you're showing up in articles, podcasts like what I'm on today with you. And it's just exposure, and you're talking about your expertise, and that's turning those pieces, opening the door for them to build the funnel. And then, of course, there's specific things you can do with your content, like blogs, social media to post it. Appear on podcasts like with you, so things like that.
Yeah. Now, everybody wants to be on the biggest TV shows, and they want to be able to put those badges on their website as seen on. So is that realistic? Is that something that people should be working towards or trying to get immediately?
I mean, I think it really depends on the goal, because you can have like a really niche group of followers, and you don't have like thousands of followers on social media, but you've got a core group of people that are interested in what you're doing. That's more important, or I think more valuable, is creating the really providing value to the people that are really
okay.
directly to your audience. It's just maybe you're appearing in this magazine, but what's that? That's going to give you exposure. But are you getting that niche exposure to the people who really purchase from you or buy your book, that type of thing?
Okay. So you think media outlets probably care more that you are really tuned into a particular audience than that you have a million followers that are maybe vague and general and not buyers.
Yeah, because it's all boiling down to talking to your specific audience, and that's kind of what branding and PR is doing. It's talking to the people that matter to your business. And you can certainly use media for that. Let's say you're a parenting book, and then you're appearing in parenting magazines. Now that's niching down, because you're speaking directly to people that would really care about the message.
Okay. So, let me think, what else do I want to know? Are there any like big myths or misunderstandings about PR that you wish people knew the truth about?
Yeah, I mean, I feel like everybody has in their mind that PR is this glamorous thing. We've got Emily in Paris, Sex and the City, those characters that are doing all these things, but really it's not that. It's like a lot of work. Like when you're working to work with the media on the publicists, and they're building relationships with media outlets and brand ambassadors and things like that on your behalf. So it's a relationship building, and it's not always so sexy. It can happen. Everybody's like,
organization, databases.
Yeah, right. A lot of research, deep diving and finding out customer avatars, like who's the person that's really going to be interested in what you're talking about, where are they appearing. So that sexiness is not always so bad. So that's a misconception. And the other misconception I would say is people think that they have to be really big brands to benefit from PR. No, you can be any size business, product. So if you just launch your book, you could benefit from a media tour where you're going and you're talking, you're being an expert in your industry. Like I have a client that she wrote a book about co-parenting. And so for her, it's about talking to media outlets that can help people as they navigate co-parenting, divorce, or just in a contentious relationship, but how the benefit of co-parenting is what she talks about in the book. So.
Yeah. It sounds like it's pretty nice to have somebody to kind of do all of that relationship building and reaching out on your behalf, because that takes a lot of time and energy and organization.
Yeah, it takes a lot. But what it does is it primes the pump for your funnel, right? So just think about like how someone's fact checking you. And there's statistics that say that before someone purchases something from you, they have already done a ton of research on you. And they kind of know at the end of the day if they're going to purchase or not based on everything that they've learned about you that's in the atmosphere. So there's an article about you, your branding page, your, you've got a blog. They're kind of using all those touch points to make a decision for the purchase. So yeah, I think it's never too late to start, to really start getting involved with getting that help and really defining the messaging and working with someone who's building your funnel. You want that person to work hand in hand with whoever's doing that portion of the business.
And that's pretty closely related to your latest offer, the VIP day, to build the brand foundations and really hone in on that ideal client, those foundational pieces that people really need.
Yes, yeah. So we have what's called a branding clarity VIP day. So it's a one-on-one intensive where I get together with you, and we just really nail down all of the things that are important, what are your goals, what you want to do, and then put some messaging in place and really hone in on who to where you're going to find those people and a strategy to really get to them. So yeah, it's a good thing.
What would be the ideal person to take advantage of that? Like, what stage are they at in their business? Do they already have a website? Are they?
I think it's somebody who knows what they're offering is. They might not necessarily know all of the steps on how they're going to get their offering out to people, but they have a pretty clear understanding about what they want to talk about. So, basically they've got their idea and they want to take it. I think that's the perfect time to kind of get started and start that. So in the beginning stages, and then someone who wants to advance their business and take it to the next level, you can always take a look at where you are and find out how you are and where you can help get there as well. So all stages.
What was your inspiration for creating this offer?
I really was thinking about, and I was listening to what some of my clients were saying. They didn't have the budget because they're in beginning stages or just in the stage of their business work. They couldn't hire a publicist daily or even monthly to be working with them, but they wanted the same fast pass to getting information about to getting where they needed to get. So this is kind of like intensive, quick shot, and it gives someone who doesn't have the time or either the resources to spend a lot of time mapping out. I'll go ahead and do all that for you all in a day, right? So it starts with like an audit phase, a questionnaire, we deep dive, we have a kickoff call, and then after the kickoff call, we outline all the goals, and then I spend the day doing all of the work for them in whatever it is, whether it's a content strategy or whatever we decide that is going to be best for them.
Yeah, very cool. Okay, so we have the link for that in the description, and down here that's prolificpr.co/VIP days. So you can go there to check out more details about it. And do you have any last words of advice that you want to give us?
Yeah, I say don't get bogged down in making it too easy. It's kind of like taking that dating acronym when it comes to attracting the right audiences. It's telling stories and creating value. So knowing your mission, your vision, and what you're offering, what are you giving? So that's what where you action. So and if anybody has questions about PR or they just need a little bit more information, I do discovery calls. Those are free. I'm happy to talk and chat about your business or your book or whatever you're doing. And
And you're out on social as well. What is your favorite social platform to hang out on?
Oh, I'm on LinkedIn a lot, and I'm also on Instagram. As we say, those are the two where you find me a lot, and I'll answer those pretty quickly if you jump in my chat. So yeah.
Awesome. Yes. Well, thank you so much for coming and spending this time with us and explaining a little more about what PR actually is.
Oh yes, I love to talk about PR. Anytime anyone wants to talk about PR, I'm ready.
Awesome. All right. Well, we are going to wrap it up there.
All right, thanks, guys.